Hello, my friends. Everybody's okay. Yay! I don't know who is in the house. I can see Ricardo and Kelly. And of course, moi. Moi. Yeah, Ricardo, everything is going great. It was snowing this morning. Oh, hold on. I'm in a hotel. And And I was planning to leaving yesterday, but I woke up this morning, it was like snowing. And snow is almost gone now, but luckily enough, I filmed for me this morning because it was my little dog Osias' first time in the snow, and it was lovely to see. He was like playing and gasping like the snow and playing, and he was totally excited. It was so very, very nice. Yeah, so I decided to stay today. And so I paid the lady this morning, went back to my room. And at one point, I was like, okay, I'm going to go again to my dogs because I put them out on the leash on the fence so that they could play a little bit in the snow. And there was breakfast in front of my door, and I had no idea. So, okay, I take the breakfast inside. Of course, first go ahead to my dogs. It was, by the way, a cheese burek, which is very popular here in the Balkan, and it's absolutely nice to eat, especially as breakfast. So when I came back, I made a cup of tea. I put on the water, went into the room, go out, and when I opened the door again, there was a plate with two mandarins and some chips in front of the door. So like that was a very nice surprise. And kind of like half an hour ago, there was this guy in the hotel here, and apparently he went to the store, to the shop. Sure is what you get when you mix it. And he gave me a piece of chocolate. So I can say that I'm quite lucky again. I am Today I am going to talk about the book of life. That's what I said, that's what I promised, so I'm gonna read. Still, again, I am on part number 2, and I don't exactly remember. I think I know that I needed to do the House of Light, and then who are Joshua and Miriam, and then there is like a small part that goes after it. So I'm going to finish it. It's 9 pages. um, I can see there is only one listening, but maybe after, I don't know, there is some people that are gonna listen later. So if you're going to jump in later or listen to it later, welcome. This is, I think, the 5th reading of the Book of Life. I'm gonna start. Every time I go back, like I need to find it in the beginning. Okay, yes. The House of Light. The House of Light is the name from the house from the father and the mother. This house is in a light dome. The darkness is outside the dome, and in the house still lives Thing. Okay, the last stream, which I did, I think was like 2 weeks ago, I explained that Satan, the devil, has also the name Thing and It. So when you hear Thing, it is the devil, Satan, and when you hear It, it's also the same creature. In this room, there is a large table, and herein is the world as a game, as the table of destiny. The room is dark, and Thing is standing behind the table on a footstool with a very powerful wand, a magic wand, with which it rules the earth and the universe in the game and surrounding the game. The one thing that he can't control is the house of light and the light in the house. The darkness that is now called the universe is entirely in his control. In the universe comes to life with magic what is in the table are called the box. There are several boxes that coexist in the universe, but which are not in the same room of thing. So for this, you have got to go to John 14:2, which explains to you that Yahushua said, "In my Father's room, in my Father's house, there are many rooms." And this is exactly what I mean with there is many rooms. There are several boxes that coexist in the universe, which are not in the same room of the devil. So he only holds the table of destiny. I don't know if you remember being on preschool and having like this shoebox and making on the top like a hole in it. So you have this color paper which you can put on it so the light will shine inside the box. And then you make like this little peephole where you can see through. And then inside the box you will make like a little, yeah, what is a still life. So usually it was made in the fall and in the spring so that you can use the stuff from outside. So you are making like a small, yeah, a still life in a box. That's how you could see the different rooms inside Father's house that coexist in the same room of the universe that come to life with magic. With the help from his army, the fallen angels, the demons or aliens, whatever you want to call it, he has full power over all the boxes, the other galaxies, because of the spaceships made by them. And these spaceships, okay, let me explain, they exist in other frequencies. In this frequency where we live, we cannot escape the dome in the materialistic way. But these demon aliens that live in another frequency, they can penetrate our dome. So they can get in and get out because they're spirits. These are the many rooms in my Father's house. They use these spaceships to go to other boxes or planets. Planes. The plane, the flat, that's what is inside the box. This is why you can see other solar systems and see some spaceships. Why can people see this? You can read this in the book Under Dimensions, Frequencies and Waves, Fluoride and Other Toxin Substances, among other chapters. I will say this often in this book because everything is connected and nothing is a single box. This is a part of a puzzle, and I will give you big parts of this puzzle. And all boxes come to life with magic. The devil now looks like a wrinkled, old, skinny man with a bald head. It had gray hair around his head. His eyes are like clouds, and he often licks his lips. He laughs mean, and he whistles much. In my memories of the House of Light, I see Thing like a little child who has created himself as an ugly creature. He was made himself from a goat, a sheep, parts in a strange creature. His head is like that from a goat and a sheep, his body and arms like human, his hands look like claws, and his legs are from a goat. He made himself into a male and female. His name here is Baphomet. He looks pretty disgusting because the attachment points of his body are bloody, and his face, or should I say his nose, starts to fall off. He almost falls apart because of the game runs at its end. His power is getting less. Before I started my journey for Yahushua in the latter life, I destroyed with a knife all my stuffed animals that I had. I cut out all of the eyes, the ears, the tongue, and I cut off the arms and the legs. And the last of all the stuffed animals and dolls, I cut off the head. And I want to explain because in the last part that I did about the book, I explained to you that the devil was cut into pieces Bacchus was cut into pieces. Dionysus was cut into pieces. Um, so the devil was cut into pieces, and that is exactly what I did. But I didn't know what I did then, and I figured out in the last chapter which I wrote, which is the second sixth part, which is called The Secret Heart. Then it became clear to me why I did this, and I didn't know that then. So everything is going to be like a big surprise for you people when you read this book. What happens in this life also takes place spiritually, and also vice versa. I say spirit. I spiritually said when I broke my useless materials, that I broke Satan, and that he would be blind and deaf and was shrinking, and he would fall apart out of misery. Every time he tried to repair himself, but this was the last time that he could do that. Now he will lose. And I have, I'm going to show you. I cannot make it any bigger and put on the cam. This is from a movie, Smiley.